Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our presentation on Information Systems Ethics. Today, we will be discussing the importance of ethical behavior in the context of information systems. As technology continues to advance at a rapid pace, it is more important than ever to consider the ethical implications of our actions, from data privacy to intellectual property rights. There are many complex issues that must be considered in order to ensure that we are acting in ethical, responsible manner. So, what is information system ethics? Information system ethics refers to the principles and standards that guide ethical behavior in the use of information systems. It involves making decisions that are morally right, fair, and justifiable in the context of information technology. So, the example of information system ethics is respecting the privacy of individuals, protecting sensitive data from unauthorized access, and ensuring that software is developed using best practices. On the other hand, unethical behavior includes hacking into computer systems, stealing intellectual property, and spreading malicious software. Next is, why are information system ethics important? Information system ethics are important because they affect individuals, organizations, and society as a whole. So the ethical behavior in this field helps to ensure the privacy and security of sensitive information, such as personal data and financial records. It also promotes fair competition and protects intellectual property rights. Conversely, unethical behavior in information systems can have serious consequences. It can lead to data breaches, identity theft, and other forms of cybercrime. It can also damage an organization's reputation and result in legal action. In some cases, unethical behavior in this field can even pose a threat to national security. Next is ethical issues in information systems. One of the most pressing ethical issues in information systems is privacy. With the increasing amount of personal data being collected and stored by organizations, there is a growing concern about how this data is being used. Next is ethical issues in information systems. One of the most pressing ethical issues in information systems is privacy. With the increasing amount of personal data is being collected and stored by organizations, there is a growing concern about how this data is being used and who has access to it. This issue is particularly relevant in the age of social media, where users often share personal information without fully understanding the implications. As more and more sensitive data is stored digitally, the risk of cyber attacks and data breaches increases. Organizations must take steps to ensure that their systems are secure and that they are protecting their customers' data from unauthorized access. So, the intellectual property is also a significant ethical issue in information systems. With the ease of copying and distributing digital content, it can be difficult to protect intellectual property rights. Next is ethical decision making in information systems. So, when you're faced with ethical dilemmas in information systems, individuals and organizations can use frameworks and models to guide decision making. One such framework is the four-step approach developed by REST 1986, which involves defining the problem, identifying relevant factors, considering alternative actions, and choosing the best option based on moral principles. Another model is the PAPA framework, which stands for privacy, accuracy, property, and accessibility. It is important to note that ethical decision making in information systems can be complex and context dependent. Different situations may require different frameworks or models, and it is important to consider the potential consequences of different courses of action. By using ethical frameworks, the model and taking a thoughtful approach to decision making. Individuals and organizations can work towards creating more ethical and responsible information systems. So let's move to the Code of Ethics. So what is a Code of Ethics? A Code of Ethics is a set of principles or values that guide the behavior of individuals or organization. These principles typically include concepts such as honesty, integrity, respect, and accountability. Many industries have their own codes of ethics that are specific to their field. So for the example of Code of Ethics is the medical profession has the Hippocratic Oath, which outlines the ethical responsibilities of physicians. The journalism industry has a code of ethics that emphasizes accuracy, fairness, and impartiality. Other industries that commonly have code of ethics include enforcement, finance, and education. So, why is a code of ethics important? Having a code of ethics is essential for any organizations that wants to establish trust with its stakeholders by clearly outlining what is expected of employees and how they should conduct themselves. A code of ethics can help prevent unethical behavior and promote transparency and accountability. In addition, a code of ethics can help organizations build a positive reputation in their industry and among consumers. When customers know that a company is committed to ethical practices, they are more likely to do businesses with them and recommend them to others. This can lead to increased sales and revenue over time. A code of ethics can help organizations build a positive reputation in their industry among consumers. A code of ethics can help organizations build a positive reputation in their industry and among consumers. When customers know that a company is committed to ethical practices, they are more likely to do business with them and recommend them to others. In addition, a code of ethics can help organizations build a positive reputation in their industry among consumers. A code of ethics can help organizations build a positive reputation in their industry and among consumers. When customers know that a company is committed to ethical practices, they are more likely to do business with them and recommend them to the others. So this can lead to increased sales and revenue over time. So, the key elements of a code of ethics. Integrity is a crucial element of any code of ethics. It involves being honest and transparent in all dealings and upholding moral principles and even when faced with difficult situations. Honesty is another essential component of a code of ethics. Respect is also a key element of a code of ethics. So this involves treating others with dignity and courtesy, and even valuing diversity and inclusivity in all interactions. Implementing a code of ethics. Implementing a code of ethics in an organization requires careful planning and execution. The first step is to clearly define the values and principles that will guide the organization's behavior. This can be done through a series of workshops or meetings with key stakeholders, including employees, customers, and partners. So once the values and principles have been established, it is more important to communicate them effectively to all members of the organization. So this can be done through training sessions, internal communications, and other channels. It's also important to ensure that the code of ethics is integrated into all aspects of the organization's operations.
So the next topic is about intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, symbols, names, and designs used in commerce. So, in other words, it's the legal ownership of ideas and concepts that allows creators and innovators to have exclusive rights over their creations for a specified period. So, these rights enable to control and exploit their intellectual creations, preventing others from using, copying, or benefiting from their work without permission. So, it's important to protect intellectual property because it encourages innovation and creativity, and without legal protection, individuals and companies would have no incentive to invest time and resources into developing new ideas or products. Intellectual property rights also help to ensure that creators are fairly compensated for their work. There are several forms or types of intellectual property, including patent, trademark, and copyright. So, patent is a legal right granted by the government that gives the owner exclusive rights to make, use, and sell an invention for a certain period of time. So, for example, if you invent a new type of phone case, you can apply for a patent to protect your idea for being copied by others. Second is the trademark. Trademark is a symbol word or phrase that identifies and distinguishes a product or service from others in the market. Maybe. For instance, the Nike's watch logo is a trademark that distinguishes Nike products from other athletic brands. Third is the copyright. Copyright protects original works of authorship such as books, music, and software. It gives the creator exclusive rights to control how their work is used, reproduced, and distributed. For example, if you write a song, you own the copyright and have the right to prevent others from using it without your permission. Why protect intellectual property? We should protect intellectual property because it is crucial to encourage innovation and creativity. When creators and inventors know that their ideas are safe, they are more likely to invest time and resources into developing new products and technologies. In addition, protecting intellectual property can have economic benefits. It can lead to the creation of new jobs and industries as well as increased competition and consumer choice. For example, when Apple introduced iPhone, it sparked a wave of innovation in the smartphone industry, leading to the development of new apps and services that have transformed the way we communicate and do business. Intellectual property infringement. Intellectual property infringement occurs when someone uses another person's intellectual property without permission. This can include using copyrighted material such as music or written works, or using patented inventions without permission. Trademark infringement occurs when someone uses a trademark logo or name without permission. So the consequences of intellectual property infringement can be severe. In some cases, the infringing party may be required to pay damages to the owner of the intellectual property. In other cases, legal action may be taken against the infringing party, which can result in fines or even imprisonment. It is important to take intellectual property rights seriously and ensure that you are not infringing on the rights of others. Protecting your intellectual property. One of the most effective ways to protect your intellectual property is by registering it with the appropriate government agency. For example, if you have created a unique invention, you can apply for a patent which will give you exclusive rights to produce and sell that invention for a certain period of time. Another way to protect your intellectual property is by using trademarks and copyrights. Trademarks are used to protect logos, brand names, and other identifying marks that distinguish your products or services from those of your competitors. Copyrights, on the other hand, are used to protect original works of authorship such as books, music, and artworks. Next is the copyright. What is copyright? Copyright is the legal concept that grants exclusive rights to creators of original works such as books, music, and art. These rights include the right to reproduce, distribute, and display the work, as well as the right to create derivative works based on the original. The purpose of copyright is to protect the rights of creators and encourage the creation of new works. By granting exclusive rights, copyright ensures that creators are able to profit from their work and have control over how it's used. So, copyright helps to promote innovation and creativity by providing an incentive for people to create new and original works. Why is copyright important? Copyright is a crucial component in protecting the rights of creators and encouraging innovation and creativity. By providing legal protection for original works, copyright ensures that creators can benefit from their creations and are incentivized to continue producing new and innovative content. Copyright protection encourages creators to invest time and resources into developing original works, which lead to a diverse range of content for consumers to enjoy. Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is the unauthorized use of copyrighted materials such as music, movies, or books. These can include reproducing, distributing, or displaying the work without permission from the copyright owner. Common examples of copyright infringement include downloading or sharing copyrighted music or movies online, using images or videos without permission in the presentation on a website, and copying a text from a book or article without proper citation. The consequences of copyright infringement can include legal action, fines, and even imprisonment. Fair use. Fair use is a legal doctrine that allows for the limited use of copyrighted material without obtaining permission from the rights holder. The criteria of fair use include the purpose and character of the use, the nature of copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used, and the effect of the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. So it is a provision in a copyright law that provides a balance between protecting the rights of copyright holders and allowing for certain uses of copyrighted works that serves the public interest, such as criticism, commentary, news, supporting, teaching, and scholarship or research. It is important to note that fair use is a legal defense rather than an inherent right, meaning that it is ultimately up to a court to determine whether a particular use qualifies as fair use in a given case. Copyright protection. Copyright protection is a legal right that gives creators exclusive control over their original works, such as books, music, and artwork. By registering your work with the appropriate authorities, you can ensure that others cannot use it without your permission. Licensing allows you to give others permission to use your work in exchange for payment or other forms of compensation. Legal action, on the other hand, can be taken against those who infringe upon your copyright. It's important to note that copyright protects the expression of ideas, not the ideas themselves. For example, some have a copyright on a novel they wrote, but others can still free to write their own original novels with different character and plot lines. In overall, copyright is essential for promoting innovation, encouraging the production of new works, and making sure that creators can benefit from their creative and intellectual efforts. So, in conclusion, Copyright is essential for protecting creative works and promoting innovation. It allows creators to have control over their work and benefit from their creations while also ensuring that consumers can enjoy high quality content. However, copyright infringement is a serious issue that have significant consequences both legally and morally. To ensure that your own creative works are protected, it's important to understand the criteria for fair use and how to register and license your work. Additionally, always respect the rights of others by seeking permission before using their copyrighted materials. Let's all do our part to promote creativity and innovation by respecting copyright laws and protecting our own creative works.
And now, I will be discussing about the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So, what is the DMCA? The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is a United States copyright law that was enacted in 1998. Its primary goal is to provide a legal framework for the protection of intellectual property rights in the digital age. The DMCA contains several key provisions that address issues such as online piracy and the use of technological measures to protect copyrighted works. So, the DMCA is a law in the United States that helps protect people's rights when it comes to creations like songs, videos, or writings. In the digital world, it has rules to make sure that websites and online services don't get in trouble for what their users do, as long as they follow certain guidelines. It also makes it against the law to bypass or break the protections that creators put on their digital work. The DMCA provisions. The DMCA has three key provisions that are designed to protect copyrighted material. The first is the anti-circumvention provision, which make it illegal to bypass technological measures used to protect copyrighted works. In order to qualify for the protection, ISPs must comply with certain requirements, such as promptly removing infringing material when notified by a copyright holder. The third provision is the notice and takedown provision, which allows copyright holders to request the ISPs remove infringing material from their servers. Controversies surrounding the DMCA. The law includes provisions that allow for certain uses of copyrighted material without permission, such as for criticism, commentary, and news reporting. Many argue that these exceptions are too narrow and limit free speech and creativity. The law includes provisions that require internet service providers and websites to remove infringing content when notified by copyright holders. Critics argue that this approach is ineffective and often results in overzealous takedowns of legitimate content. The DMCA reform. Proposed reforms to the DMCA aim to address some of the law's shortcomings in the digital age. One proposed reform is the need for greater clarity in its provisions, particularly regarding the safe harbor provision. The DMCA was designed to protect intellectual property rights. Some argue that it has gone too far in favor of copyright holders, stifling innovation and creativity. The DMCA was enacted in 1998, long before the rise of social media, streaming services, and other digital technologies. So the DMCA reform, this would help to reduce uncertainty and confusion surrounding the law, making it easier to copyright holders and users to understand their rights. Reforms could help strike a better balance between protecting intellectual property and promoting innovation. Reforms could help ensure the law remains relevant and effective in years to come. So let's move to another topic, which is patent. What is patent? A patent is a legal document that grants an inventor exclusive rights to their invention for a certain period of time. usually 20 years from the date of filing. Patents are important because they encourage innovation by providing inventors with the incentive to invest time and resources into developing new useful products or processes. There are three main types of patents. First is utility patents. Protect inventions that have a useful function or purpose, such as machines, processes, and compositions of matter. The second is design patents. On the other hand, protect the ornamental design or appearance of an object. This can include things like the shape, surface, ornamentation, or overall visual impression of a product. And the third is the plant patents are granted for new varieties of plants that have been asexually reproduced. So these are the examples of patents. First is the circuit design in semiconductors. Semiconductors, a layout of the arrangement of transistors and other circuitry elements expressed on a semiconductor integrated circuit. And the second is prescription drug formula. A prescription drug formula patent describes the composition, formulation, and manufacturing process of a medication, including its active ingredients, inactive excipients, dosage form, and intended therapeutic application. And also the firearms. Firearm is a device that uses controlled combustion to propel a projectile through a metal barrel, which various components like the action trigger mechanism and magazine work together to achieve firing and reloading. Plumbing. A plumbing patent example refers to a novel invention or improvement in the field of plumbing systems encompassing innovative devices, methods, or components that enhance efficiency. Engine. Engine is a typically refers to a device or system that converts various forms of energy into mechanical work, often used to power machinery or vehicles. And the coating process is the patent example describe a method and apparatus for forming nanostructured coatings by combining physical vapor deposition and chemical vapor deposition techniques, resulting in enhanced surface properties and tailored optical. Business processes. The business processes of obtaining a patent involves disclosing and documenting the invention, conducting a patent research, drafting and filing a patent application, undergoing examination and potential amendments, receiving a patent grant or rejection, maintaining the patent, and enforcing the patent rights. So why patent your invention? Patenting your invention gives you exclusive rights to make, use, and sell it for a limited time. Not patenting your invention leaves it vulnerable to being copied by competitors. This can result in lost profits and market share. The patent application process. The first step is to conduct thorough search of existing patents to ensure that your invention is novel and non-obvious. This can be done using online database or by hiring a patent attorney. This application should include a detailed description of your invention, as well as any drawings or diagrams that may be necessary to fully explain its operation. It is important to note that the USPTO has strict guidelines for patent application. Patent infringement. Patent infringement occurs when someone uses, makes, or sells a patented invention without the permission of the patent owner. This can include using a similar product or process that is covered by an existing patent. The consequences of patent infringement can be severe, including legal action and monetary damages. In some cases, a court may issue an injunction to prevent further infringement, which can be costly and disruptive to a business. In conclusion, patents are a crucial tool for protecting intellectual property and encouraging innovation. By granting exclusive rights to inventors, patents incentivize the development of new ideas and technologies that can benefit society as a whole. So it is important for inventors to understand the different types of patents available and the application processes involved in obtaining one. Additionally, patent infringement can have serious legal consequences, so it's essential to be aware of what constitutes infringement and how to avoid it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to present to you the legal and ethical implications of trademarks, information system, and intellectual property and privacy. First, I will be discussing an important aspect of business that often goes unnoticed, which is trademarks. A trademark is a symbol, word, or phrase that identifies and distinguishes a company's products or services from those of other companies. It is a valuable asset that helps business establish brand recognition and customer loyalty. Trademarks are important in today's business world that they can make or break a company. Without a trademark, a business risks losing customers to competitors who have established a strong brand identity. Conversely, a well-known trademark can increase a company's value and help it stand out in a crowded marketplace. Example of trademark is Nike, Coca-Cola, and the Apple logo. These trademarks are instantly recognizable and represents the quality and reputation of their respective brands. If another company were to use a similar logo or brand name, it could cause confusion among customers and potentially harm the reputation of the original brand. This is why trademarks are so important in business. They help to establish and protect a company's brand identity and reputation. They serve as a way to distinguish one company's products or services from another's, preventing confusion among consumers. Without trademarks, it would be difficult to companies to establish their unique identity in the market. In addition to differentiating products and services in the market, trademarks also play an important role in building consumer trust and loyalty. By ensuring consistent quality and preventing counterfeit products, trademarks help establish a level of reliability and credibility that consumers can rely on. This, in turn, leads to increased customer satisfaction and repeat business. In protecting brand identity, trademarks are essential tool for protecting a company's brand identity. By registering a trademark, a company can prevent others from using similar marks that could cause confusion among consumers. This helps to ensure that the company's product or services are easily identifiable and distinguishable from those of its competitors. In addition, it prevents confusion. Trademarks also help to build trust and loyalty with consumers. When consumers see a trademark logo or name, they know that they can expect consistent quality and authenticity. This helps to prevent counterfeit products and ensures that consumers are getting what they paid for. In building consumers' trust and loyalty, trademarks play a crucial role in building consumer trust and loyalty. By ensuring consistent quality, trademarks help consumers identify and differentiate products and services from competitors. This is particularly important in crowded markets where there are many similar offerings. In addition to creating a unique identity for a company's offerings, trademarks also prevent counterfeit products from entering the market. Counterfeit products can be dangerous and can damage a company's reputation if there are poor quality. By preventing these products from entering the market, the trademarks help build consumer trust and loyalty. Differentiating products and services in the market, trademarks play a crucial role in differentiating products and services in the market. By registering a trademark, a company creates a unique identity for its offerings that sets them apart from competitors. This helps consumers easily identify and remember a brand, which can lead to increased sales and brand loyalty. Moreover, trademarks also allow companies to protect their intellectual property and prevent others from using similar marks that could cause confusion among consumers. This is not only help maintain a company's brand identity, but also ensures that consumers receive consistent quality and prevent counterfeit products from entering the market. What is trademark infringement? Trademark infringement is a serious offense that can have illegal and financial consequences. It occurs when someone uses a trademark without permission or in a way that confuses consumers about the source of the goods or services. For example, if a company uses a logo that is similar to another company's logo, it could be considered a trademark infringement. The consequences of trademark infringement can include lawsuits, damages, and even criminal charges in some cases. In addition to the legal and financial consequences, there are also ethical considerations to take into account. Respecting and protecting the trademarks of others is not only the right thing to do, but also help to ensure a fair and competitive marketplace. First is the symbol of TM. Symbol of TM is used to indicate that a word or phrase or logo is being claimed as a trademark. And secondly, the R symbol, which is used to indicate that a trademark has been registered with the USPTO. And finally, the C symbol is used to indicate that a work is protected by copyright. It is important to use these symbols correctly in information systems to avoid confusion and potential legal issues. The benefits of trademark registration. Once a trademark has been granted, the owner receives three key benefits. First is a notice of claim to any other businesses thinking of using the same symbol or work as its trademark. Second is a legal presumption of ownership, which can help fend off would-be users. And third is the exclusive right to use the claimed trademark. Information system and intellectual property. Why intellectual property matters in information system. Intellectual property is a critical aspect of modern business, particularly in the realm of information systems. It refers to the legal rights that protect creations of the mind, such as inventions, artistic works, and designs. These rights are essential for businesses that rely on innovation and creativity to succeed in today's competitive market. Type of intellectual property. There are several types of intellectual property, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets. Patents protect inventions and give the owner exclusive right to make, use, and sell the invention for a certain period of time, while the trademarks protect logos, slogan, and other distinctive marks that identify a product or services. Copyrights protect original works of authorship such as books, music, and software. And lastly, trade secrets protect confidential information such as formulas, processes, and consumers' lists. Challenges of protecting intellectual property and information system. Protecting intellectual property can be a daunting task due to the difficulty of detecting and preventing infringement. With a vast amount of data being shared and stored online, it can be challenging to keep track of who can access to that information. Another challenge is the potential for theft or misuse of intellectual property, such as hackers and cybercriminals are always looking for ways to steal valuable information, and even employees can unintentionally leak sensitive data. It is crucial to have proper security measures in place to prevent these type of incidents. Strategies for protecting intellectual property in information system. One effective strategy for protecting intellectual property in the information system is the use of encryption, access controls, monitoring for unauthorized use, educating employees about the importance of intellectual property protection. Encryption involves encoding sensitive data so that it cannot be read by unauthorized users. Access control limits who can access certain information, ensuring that only those with the proper clearance can view or modify it. Another important strategy is monitoring for unauthorized use. This involves keeping track of who accesses that information and when, as well as detecting any attempts to access restricted data. By monitoring for unauthorized use, organizations can quickly detect and respond to potential threats before they become serious problems. And finally, educating employees about the importance of intellectual property is crucial because employees should be trained on how to recognize and report potential security threats, as well as how to properly handle sensitive information. By instilling a culture of security awareness throughout the organization, companies can greatly reduce the risk of intellectual property theft and misuse. The benefits of protecting intellectual property. Protecting intellectual property in information system can lead to increased innovation. When companies know that their ideas and products are protected, they are more likely to invest time and resources into developing new and innovative technologies. Another benefit of protecting intellectual property is gaining a competitive advantage. By preventing others from using or copying your ideas, you can maintain a unique position in the market and stand out from competitors. This can lead to increased profits and market share. Privacy. Privacy is not just a matter of personal preference or convenience. Privacy. Privacy is a fundamental right that must be respected and protected in all aspects of our lives, including information systems. Organizations have a responsibility to handle personal data responsibly and ensure that individuals' privacy is not compromised. The consequences of mishandling personal data can be severe both for the organization and the individuals affected. It can lead to reputational damage, legal action, and lost trust from customers and stakeholders. Therefore, it is crucial for organizations to establish robust privacy policy and comply with relevant regulations. Privacy is not just a matter of personal preference or convenience, it is a fundamental right that must be protected. In the digital age, where information is easily accessible and shared, privacy has become more important than ever. As individuals, we have the right to control our own personal data and decide how it is used. This right extends to information system where organizations must ensure that they handling personal data responsibly and with respect for individuals' privacy. Information systems can be powerful tools for collecting, storing, analyzing data, but they also pose significant risk to privacy if not managed properly. It is the responsibility of organizations to strike a balance between the benefits of information systems and the protection of privacy. When it comes to compliance, privacy laws aim to safeguard individuals' information and provide guidelines for its collection, storage, use, and disclosure. Organizations must comply with various privacy laws such as GDPR, CCPA, and HIPAA to protect the personal information of their customers. And these privacy laws are prominent privacy regulations. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. The GDPR is a comprehensive privacy regulation in the European Union and European Economic Area. It applies to organizations handling personal data of individuals in the EU and EEA regardless of the organization's location. GDPR establishes rules for data protection, consent, data subjects' rights, breach notification, and cross-border data transfers. CCPA stands for California Consumer Privacy Act. It is a privacy law in California, United States, aimed at protecting California residents' personal information. It grants consumer rights to know what personal information is collected, sold, or disclosed by businesses and allows them to opt out of the sales of their information. The CCPA imposes obligations on businesses regarding transparency, data access, and consumer rights. HIPAA stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It is a U.S. federal law that focuses on protecting personal health information held by covered entities such as healthcare providers, health plans, and healthcare clearinghouses. It sets standards for privacy, security, and breach notification of PHI and required entities to implement safeguards to protect patients' information. The importance of compliance. Compliance with privacy laws are crucial for organizations for several reasons, which is legal obligations, customer trust, reputation management, and competitive advantage. Legal obligations means non-compliance can result in significant penalties, fines, and legal consequences. Customer trust is complying with the privacy laws fosters trust with customers who expect their personal information to be protected. Reputation management is privacy breaches can damage an organization's reputation and result in loss of business. And lastly is competitive advantage. Demonstrating strong privacy practices can provide a competitive edge and attract privacy conscious customers. Compliance is important because non-compliance with privacy laws can lead to serious consequences for organizations. Not only can it result in hefty fines, but it can also damage the organization's reputation and erode customer trust. In addition, non-compliance can lead to illegal action and lawsuits, which can be costly and time consuming. It is important for organizations to take privacy laws seriously and ensure that they are compliant to avoid this risk.